I declare this congregation open. Members of the university, guests, and especially all of you graduating here today, it's an enormous pleasure to be able to welcome you all on what is a very special occasion. We're thrilled to be able to have this celebration, and it feels particularly special to be here to mark your achievements. It has not been an easy time to be a student in recent years. We're still working through the consequences of COVID, with its impact on individuals and institutions, and some will remember the disruption to university and the college life you might have expected on arrival here at Lancaster a few years ago. The university is also no island immune from domestic and international politics, nor market forces, nor government pressures. So we have endured also the buffeting of those events which affect how higher education is seen and experienced. They are continuing to do so. The university is acutely conscious of such pressures upon our students, our academic and professional staff from these different directions, and we will continue to do all we can to mitigate them. You have come through so much, so today is undoubtedly about you. We're very aware that you may have had to overcome unprecedented challenges of your own to complete your degree. Your graduation is testament to your own resilience and determination, and of course the support from your tutors, families and friends who I know will be feeling justifiably proud of you all today. We're here to celebrate the achievements of our students from Pendle College and PhD graduates from the Faculty of Arts and Social Sciences and Lancaster University Management School. I would also like to make special mention of Alumni Award winner Jeff Barton, about whom we will hear more later. I'm very pleased to welcome you all to today's ceremony. Whether you're receiving an undergraduate degree today or a doctoral degree, I offer our most sincere congratulations. Degree ceremonies, while formal occasions, are events to be enjoyed. So I would encourage you all to applaud our graduates enthusiastically at the appropriate times during the ceremony. Let me be very clear what I've just told you to do. You are allowed to make noise. This is a day of celebration. And I dare say for some of you that might extend well into the night. To friends and families in particular, think what you have been through to get them here. If that isn't worth a whoop, I don't know what is. There are no easy degrees at Lancaster. Every single one has to be earned through commitment, dedication, and sheer hard work. So today we celebrate the fact that each of you has proven that you not only have the intelligence, but you have the resilience and determination to rise to a challenge. Graduation ceremonies recognize the significant commitment that you have given to your studies and chosen field. The steps taken across this stage are symbolic of the hard work you've put in and the exciting new opportunities that lie ahead. And just a word about that. Enjoy your walk across the stage. Take your time. Some of you will be back and you will walk across the stage again, others won't. But this is your moment, so don't feel you have to rush. Enjoy your walk across the stage. You've earned it. So today marks the end of an era, but also a new beginning. As alumni of Lancaster University, you're joining a community of thousands of Lancaster graduates from virtually every country in the world, a network which we hope will provide support, advice, and friendship throughout your lives. Please do keep in touch, and that's not a throwaway comment. We really do mean it, and it will matter to you in the years to come. Look around you right now. Who will you cross the world to see again? in years to come, because you will. It's nearly 50 years since I started at university, and I'd still go anywhere to see my friends. Our students and graduates are amongst our finest ambassadors. Our alumni and career networks will support you forever, and you will be a valuable part of them. Our hope is that wherever your future takes you, you will continue to represent your alma mater by becoming engaged in your local communities, helping us to build our reputation as a world-leading institution and changing the world for the better. When and where will we hear about you again? Because we will. While you're doing that, we'll be working hard to keep up our end of the bargain and secure the enduring value of the qualification you've completed. Let me touch on why Lancaster University is and will remain a continually strong calling card for you in your years beyond here. We're ranked in the top 12 across all 3 major league tables in the UK, including in the top 10 in the latest Complete University Guide 2026 out of 130 universities in the country. Results from Lancaster's Economic and Social Impact Report demonstrate the incredible impact of our university. Our annual impact on the UK economy is reckoned to be £2 billion, and studies continue to make clear that graduate earnings show an advantage over non-graduate financial reward. We're working hard to make our university more sustainable, with a giant wind turbine and a planned solar farm, and we're one of the highest producers of renewable energy out of all UK universities. Beyond that, our community is committed to tackling the climate emergency by embedding sustainability into all areas of university life. Many of our academics work on globally significant sustainability projects, and our curriculum continues to centre teaching around current events and the ever-changing landscape we live in. And in 2024, we were ranked first in the world for sustainability governance. Lancaster, as a civic university, has a firm commitment to our city and region. From the doctors in our hospitals to the energy and innovation of our spin-out companies, Lancaster University makes a huge impact. We're proud to be part of the team that's bringing the Eden project to Morecambe and developing the Morecambe Bay curriculum, a unique curriculum designed to equip children and young people with the skills to look after themselves and the planet. Our excellence is revealed right across the disciplinary mix and enables us to bring our research communities together to deliver answers to complex problems. Lancaster's strengths in research, teaching, and investment in the student experience reflect our enduring commitment to all. Lancaster is and will remain a university that's open to the world. We have a network of overseas campuses in China, Germany, Ghana, Malaysia, and Indonesia, in addition to our regional partnerships. Our campuses form a key part of our global community, with 1/3 of our undergraduate students studying overseas, supported with a strong mobility programme to equip our graduates to become truly global citizens. There are now more than 8,000 students studying for a Lancaster degree outside the UK. Here in Lancaster, we're particularly proud of the fact that we welcome students from more than 140 countries, and our staff come from all corners of the world, including Yorkshire. The rich diversity here on campus not only brings huge benefits educationally, but it prepares all of our students for life in an increasingly global and connected society. Finally, let's return to you. Success, in whatever form it takes, is inherently about people. Behind each successful individual is a team of family, friends, and colleagues working together to help us achieve our dreams and aspirations. On this special day, we should take a moment to recognise the contribution they have made. Their support and encouragement has, I'm sure, made a real difference at vital moments over the past few years. It's wonderful that so many of your friends and family can be here with us today, so let's show our appreciation of each other and those that have helped all of you to get here. So today, you join a special community. Ours is a community that expresses the very best of today's world. High achievers, great thinkers, top leaders, people who are making a difference in communities both local and global, in industry and in charity. in private companies and the public services. You come from different backgrounds and will end up living and working in very different locations. But in the end, you will be part of a community all bound together by one common history. So when you leave here, you'll take something of Lancaster with you. Memories, of course, the friends you've made, the tutors you've met, the knowledge you've gained, what you've learned from your studies. But above all, we hope that what you take away from Lancaster is what you've learned about yourselves. That if you persevere, it pays off. That if you follow your dreams, you can achieve great things. You don't need me to tell you that the world you're entering into is challenging in every respect. You have not been equipped here to make do, to see what needs change and leave it to others, to go about your life quietly and inoffensively. You've been encouraged to think for yourselves, to believe in your own judgments, and to challenge what you know can be done better in whatever field you will grace. Just what is it you are going to do with your one wild and precious life? We cannot wait to find out. It's one of life's ironies, of which there are many, that the apex of one achievement is at the same moment only the platform for the next. Each of you has proved that you have what it takes to make a success of life, that if you persevere, it pays off, that if you follow your dreams, you can rise to a higher level. So be of good courage, and in the world in which you're entering, remember, above all, always, to do what you can with what you've got where you are. Do what you can with what you've got where you are. Congratulations once again. We wish you the very best for your future, whatever path you choose to take, and we can't wait to hear about your next steps. Thank you very much.
Please may all Doctor of Philosophy graduates from the Faculty of Arts and Social Sciences stand if you are able to do so. Pro-Chancellor, on behalf of the Senate, I present these members of the Faculty of Arts and Social Sciences who are worthy to receive higher degrees of the university. So, I shall be reading out both the names of the students and the titles of their PhDs. As you know, you are very welcome to clap, cheer, whoop, cry a little, but please do so after I have read both the name and the title. For the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, Ibtisam Al-Karouzi, Social Media Literacy for Raising Employability in Today's Competitive Labour Market. Salwa Al-Valafi, Women's Leadership, Their Inner Self-Beliefs, Organizational Responsiveness and Leadership Styles. Eman Abdullah Al-Kamidi, Learning Art Through Virtual Museums. Khalifa Fadel Al-Yafe, the role of TNE higher education STEM programs in preparing Qatari nationals for employment. Maha Al-Zahrani, Saudi teaches students navigating curriculum change in writing, a complex systems view. Sophie Rosina Banks, Student-Led Teaching Awards and the Role of Gender. Yasmin Boubakir, a study of the evolution of post-colonial masculinities in Algerian literature. Olivia Alana Boukidis, The Knowing of Undergraduate Social Work Students, Understanding Preparedness for Practice. Fiona Boyle, Student-Staff Partnership within the Law School. Luke Adam Carroll, Developing Speech Rhythm Analysis for Forensic Voice Comparison. Yinka Chinnery, Exploring and Empowering Primary-Secondary School Transition Stories. Janet Devine, I Remember the Smell of Darkness, a Deleuzian exploration of negative school experience. Margaret Dolly, Shooting the Faithful Departed, Writing the World into Ireland and Ireland into the World. Yuxin Ge, Influence of Phonology and Individual Differences in Adult Statistical World Learning. Elias Gazelle, Desectarianization in Lebanon, Structural Impediments and the Agency of Religious Leaders. Amelia Christina Gottler, Adults' Experiences of Learning a Musical Instrument Using a Mobile Application. Michael Timothy Greenhuff, Constructing Seasonality, a Study of Annual Cycles and Energy Demand Within Social Life. Rania Abdulmaid Hussein Bakar Hassan, Production of Meaning in Public Relations, an examination of the Arab-Islamic context of Bahrain. Manli Huang, Decolonizing Design from Austronesian Formosan Revitalization. Yejin Chung, Examining L2 Speakers' Expression of Opinion in the Trinity Lancaster Corpus. Nuri Kwon, Understanding Near-Future Technology, an exploration of participatory speculative design. Chang Li, Effective Chinese to English Geotourism Translation for Chinese UNESCO Global Geoparks. David Love, Building Trust Between Learning Designers and Subject Matter Experts in TEL Environments. Tony McLaughlin, Intercultural Sensitivity of American Faculty in Higher Education. Zoe Rebecca Ann Dector Crombie, Studio Ghibli's adaptations of Western literature. Sayaka Mikoshiba, Where Are You From? Race, Class and Situational Migratization. Dale Monday, Blended Learning Development, a participative change laboratory approach. Takayuki Nagamine, Acoustic and Articulatory Dynamics in Japanese Speakers' Production of English Liquids. Nathaniel Pickering, English Higher Education Policy in Uncertain Times. Lisa Potter, An Ethnography of Dodgy Boxes in Northern England. Aisa Saba Gomez, From Copenhagen to Gorton, Wellbeing, Spatial Justice and the Role of Urban Design. Daniel Talbot, Capabilities and Literary Studies in Schools. Christopher Tufnell, Supporting the Professional Development of Educators for Blended Learning Design. Karen Wellen, Engineering Educators' Contribution to Gendered Disciplinary Knowledge Practices in Curriculum. Emily Helena Wolff, A Novel Danced, a Nietzschean approach to long-form prose fiction through dance. Please may all Doctor of Philosophy graduates from the Faculty of Arts and Social Sciences stand if they are able to do so.
By my authority as Pro-Chancellor, I confer upon these members of the Faculty of Arts and Sciences the degrees for which they have been presented. Many congratulations.
Please may all Doctor of Philosophy graduates from Lancaster University Management School please stand if they're able to do so. Pro-Chancellor, on behalf of the Senate, I present these members of Lancaster University Management School who are worthy to receive higher degrees of the university. Again, I will be reading the names and the titles of the PhDs, so just hold the exuberance back for a moment. For the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, Abdul Rahman Saleh N. Al-Dogaher. Abdul Rahman, could you just stop there? I did it again. I didn't read the title. So you're going to get a second round of applause. Or a third. Explaining Saudi Arabian healthcare resistance to strategic EHR change, professional identity. Matteo Caruso, Economic Policy Evaluation, Environment and Refugee Centres. Marta Ferry, Single-Use Plastics and the Circular Economy, an ANT inquiry in disciplining technologies. Kai Wen Tien, Essays on Empirical Asset Pricing. Nikolaos Vassilas, Essays on Factor Portfolios. Adina Yelakanova, Essays on Institutional Investors and Asset Pricing. Shifan Yu, Statistical Inference with High-Frequency Financial Data. Please, may all Doctor of Philosophy graduates from Lancaster University Management School stand if they're able to do so.
By my authority as Pro-Chancellor, I confer upon these members of Lancaster University Management School the degrees for which they have been presented. Many congratulations.
Please, may all Pendle College graduates who have completed the following degrees stand if they're able to do so. Master of Chemistry, Master of Engineering, Master of Physics, Master in Science, Bachelor of Arts, and Bachelor of Engineering. Pro-Chancellor, on behalf of the Senate, I present these members of Pendle College who are worthy to receive first degrees of the university. For the degree of Master of Chemistry, Luke Charles Louis Farnan. Douglas Irvin. For the degree of Master of Engineering, Muzaffar Bandarka. Christopher Bijou Joseph. Joseph Kinnimmonth. Emily Grace Louise Mann. Mohammed Al-Azim bin Mohammed Abu Bakar. Ohi no se ominu evabota. Thomas John Wright. For the degree of Master of Physics, Ralph William Brooke Dobson. Elizabeth May Colbert. Toby James Blythe Fotheringham. Harry Nimbley. Rose Raystrick. For the degree of Master in Science, Shannon Chloe Bennett. Chelsea Bowers. Kieran John Buckley. Harry Manhei Chuang. Thomas Oliver Ditchfield Ogle. Grace Dixon. Ellie Francis Sophia Fowler. William Thomas Harris. Nirvana Huesh Neve. Ellen Gwenllian Ioannou. Peter Knight. Edward Derek Knights. Ewan Lee Lanigan. Dexter Anthony Latcham. Imantis Levicus. Alexander David Lewis. Megan Gloria Long. Diarmuid Patrick Malnafi. David Simon Marsh. Ella Rose Martin. Katie Jane Merkel. Luke Joseph Misra. Luke Henry O'Hara. Hugh Dennis Streets. Ryan Kai Thomas. Julia Sato Trevitt. Kit Marissa Wade. Mohammed Daniel Firdaus bin Zaktir. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Daniel Auger. Alicia Faye Bremner. Eleanor Jade Curry. Evan David Hughes. Yana Rachel McWhirter. Roby Lee Murrell. Rebecca Suzanne Mundy. Louisa Suejong Pope. Rhiannon May Price. Theo Nathaniel Smith. Hannah May Strachan. Holly Gabriel Wells. Ripley Alexander Bradfield Williams. For the degree of Bachelor of Engineering, Ishraq Ahmed. Thomas George John Beach. Stuart Innes Bremner. Paddy Alexandra Drummond Elliott. Jerick Ignacio Gonzalez. Zachary Asher Groth Anderson. Samuel Whiteley Jordan. Louis Moe. Nyan Paul. Maisie Grace Stevie Stride Pilkington. Tashit Sapkit Jakan. Pete Watson. Seru Yang. Please, may all Pendle College graduates who have completed the following degrees stand if they're able to do so. Master of Chemistry, Master of Engineering, Master of Physics, Master in Science, Bachelor of Arts, and Bachelor of Engineering.
By my authority as Pro-Chancellor, I confer upon these members of Pendle College the degrees for which they have been presented. Many congratulations.
Pro-Chancellor, I present to you Jeff Barton for the award of Outstanding Alumnus of the Year. Jeff is a distinguished member of an alumni community which numbers over 180,000 members across the globe. As we recognise his achievements through this award, we also acknowledge and celebrate the wider successes of all Lancaster graduates and the important part they continue to play in the life of our university. Jeff Barton is a highly respected and influential teacher who has dedicated his life to developing and encouraging best practice in England's secondary schools. His long and distinguished career has made him a go-to for comment on the sector, and he is rightly regarded as a champion for innovative teaching practices, most notably in the study of English. At Lancaster, Jeff studied English and linguistics. His interest in this area kindled by Roy Sampson, a teacher at Walton Comprehensive School, who introduced him to the works of William Shakespeare. Graduating in 1984, Jeff went on to complete a PGCE at Leicester University. His first teaching job was at Garforth Comprehensive School in Leeds, where he eventually became second to the head of English. He then moved to Huntingdon School in York, where he led the English department and was assistant head of the sixth form. A further move, this time to Suffolk, and a deputy headship at Thurston Community College, was followed by his appointment in 2002 as headmaster of King Edward VI School in Bury St Edmunds. Across 15 years at King Edward's, Jeff transformed the school experience for thousands of pupils, constantly reminding himself of his own experience in secondary education, while also dedicating himself to his staff and ensuring that they were well supported and able to bring passion and dedication to every aspect of school life. One example of this was the creation of an exchange program with schools in Shanghai, a way to broaden pupils' horizons, and a program that generated international interest, including an invite to be the first English school to take pupils to Kurdistan. Always enthusiastic about pedagogy and the development of communities of learning, Jeff became active in the Association of School and College Leaders, the ASCL, the leading professional association and trade union for this group, with over 25,000 members. Between 2017 and 2024, he served as the union's General Secretary, engaging with government and ensuring that the schools and college leaders maintained a powerful voice on the national stage. His work with the ASCL was recognised by the award of a CBE in the latest New Year's Honours List. Jeff's passion for teaching of English and the development of successful academic communities is matched by his commitment to spoken English, and following his retirement from teaching leadership, he was appointed to chair the Oracy Commission, the mission of which is to address the significance of spoken language and to improve the quality and accessibility of Oracy education across schools in England. Jeff was once asked in an interview what else he might have been if he hadn't gone into teaching. He gave two alternatives: the next DJ on Radio 1's breakfast show, no doubt reflecting his long association with Lancaster's Bellrig FM, or the head waiter in a top restaurant, a life he might have been drawn to by its need for attention to detail, team leadership, and the subtle skills required to deal with complaints. While he might have been a fantastic DJ or a top maitre d', I think we can have no complaints at the direction Jeff's career actually took and his contribution to encouraging better teaching standards across the UK. Jeff Barton's many achievements should act as a reminder of the success that is possible with commitment and dedication. Our world faces many challenges, far more indeed than when each of you first arrived at Lancaster. When you leave here today, you will have the chance to make a real difference by putting those things that you've learned here to good use. Whatever path you take, whatever opportunities and obstacles you face, please take inspiration from Jeff and many other alumni like him and be the best that you can be for yourselves, your families, and the wider communities in which you live and work. Pro-Chancellor, it is my honour to present Jeff Barton for the award of Outstanding Alumnus of the Year.
Thank you. Good morning. Pro-Chancellor, fellow members of the university, honoured guests. After that, I can hardly wait to hear what I'm going to say. I'm delighted and privileged to be here with you this morning. It's very special to be back in a place that gave me a lifelong love of language, of literature, of learning, and which allowed me, as the best universities do, to discover both who I was and who I wanted to be. So in this mercifully short talk, I'd like to reflect on two things. Me, you don't get dressed up like this and not talk about yourself a bit. And you, as you prepare to step out into a difficult world out there and make, we hope, a positive dent on the universe. So first me, Jeff, or as my mother called me, especially when I was in trouble, Geoffrey Barton. And the younger Geoffrey was a student here at Lancaster, 1981 to 1984. Now, as the novelist J.P. Hartley said, the past is another country. They do things differently there. So when I say I started here in 1981, I'm not sure if you can necessarily visualize what that country of the early 1980s was like. So here's a thumbnail sketch. Margaret Thatcher was Prime Minister. Ronald Reagan was American president. But far more importantly than all that, the songs that provided the soundtrack to my university years were Soft Cell's Tainted Love, the Human League's saga about that waitress in the cocktail bar, Don't You Want Me, and the police's every breath you take. I was here when the Sugar House first opened its doors. The big films of the day were E.T., Return of the Jedi, Raiders of the Lost Ark. And back then, we hadn't yet heard of something called the internet. Mobile phones were the stuff of science fiction. There was no email, no social media, and most shops, including supermarkets, stayed closed on Sundays. These were my Lancaster years, and they were glorious, and they were liberating. They enabled an outwardly pompous, inwardly self-conscious, endlessly anxious young man of 18 to reinvent who he was. It was here that I fell in love with learning, spending my days in the university library, reading every book that I heard being mentioned, nourishing the future English teacher that I would become. But in truth, I never quite overcame the sense of surprise that I got into this university, or indeed into any university. Because here's the thing, and spoiler, I'm about to say a sentence I'm guessing you won't have heard before. Wait for it. It's this. When I was young, it's not that, okay? I know you laugh at that, but it's the second bit. When I was young, I actually wanted to be Noel Edmonds. Now, Noel Edmonds, if you don't know him, long before his days on TV in House Party, Deal or No Deal, back when I was 14 or so, he was the Noel Edmonds who was the Radio 1 breakfast DJ, as you've heard, who wove a creative kind of magic, playing songs, using silly voices and jingles, making our mornings brighter and funnier and slightly surreal. He made life feel better, and I wanted to do that too. As a shy and geeky teenager, I liked the idea of being an invisible personality, someone who, from behind the anonymous microphone, entertains their listening, laughing, appreciative fans. But here's the second spoiler. It didn't happen. I sent off one audition tape to an obscure new radio station in the Midlands, and less than 2 days later, they sent back my tape without even the dignity of a rejection note. I knew then that I wasn't going to be Radio 1's next DJ. And then my GCSE results day arrived. Back in those days, we called them O-levels. I went into school and collected them. I brought back those results to show my mother. Now, she was, I think it's fair to say, someone of few words. She looked at my smattering of mediocre results and said one word: failure. And I suppose she was right in exam terms. I hadn't enjoyed school, I hadn't worked at school, and so I ended up with a clutch of lacklustre grades, certainly not enough to get me into the sixth form. And so it was that my life was kick-started into a new gear with a new purpose. My old English teacher spoke to the head of sixth form, and they gave me a second chance. Come on, they said, come and join the sixth form. It was an extraordinary act of kindness. So I did, and I found myself in lessons about literature when Roy Sampson did what great English teachers, and indeed great teachers, do. He opened my eyes to worlds I hadn't seen. We read books I hadn't read, learnt words I didn't know, met characters I'd never met, in stories I never knew existed. Mr. Sampson made things simple, but not too simple. He was funny and strict, knowledgeable yet humble. He's well into his 80s now, but remains a great friend and mentor of mine. And my guess is that there are people in your background like Roy Sampson is in mine. Because of him, I knew that I didn't want to be Noel Edmonds, the Radio 1 DJ. I didn't want that life in freelance radio. Now, instead, I wanted to be an English teacher, someone opening doors to literature for the next generation of young people. In fact, I didn't just want to be an English teacher. I wanted to be Roy Sampson. I wanted to have the same impact on future generations that he had on me. And that's what Lancaster University helped me to try to achieve. I worked through my passion for radio by doing the Friday night radio slot on University Radio Bailrig, as it was called then, and then the much sought after, if not very much listened to, Saturday breakfast show. But it was the learning about language and literature which had the most profound effect on me. And thus I became the teacher of 32 years, 15 years of a proudly comprehensive school, by which I mean that children of every background were together, and then the leader of 25,000 school and college leaders. So, from that anxious, shy, wannabe DJ, I am here in front of you today. And there isn't a day when I don't use the skills and knowledge that I acquired here at Lancaster. That's me. Now to you. All I'd say in accepting this offer, this honour, is this. You're here at a university with an extraordinary and uplifting reputation. But there are people similar to you who, because of their backgrounds or circumstances or bad luck, aren't here. They haven't yet had my success, our good fortune. Your mission now is to go out there on their behalf, on behalf of people who don't have the voice and influence that you're about to have. Don't ignore them. Instead, go out there and speak for them. Give them optimism by using your qualifications, not just for yourself, but to make our uneven, difficult, fractured society a place of hope and compassion. Because in this robotic age of artificial intelligence, kindness has never mattered more. I was the shy kid who was told he was a failure. I was transformed by an extraordinary English teacher and then by an extraordinary university education here at Lancaster. And I realise now that what really matters isn't the grades and qualifications and public endorsements. It's about looking ourselves in the mirror and one day, far in our future, being able to say that we left a dent on the universe, that we left the world a tiny bit of a better place than when we arrived in it. We have, by which I mean you have, one chance on this beautiful planet. Make it count. Make a positive dent. My thanks again to the Pro-Chancellor and all those who nominated me for this honour. But most of all, I'd like to wish all of you, graduating students here today, the very best for your future. Go out there, proudly, boldly, full of optimism. Act with kindness. Go out there. Leave a dent on the universe. Thank you very much indeed.
Please, may all Pendle College graduates who have completed the following degrees stand if they're able to do so. Bachelor of Science and Bachelor of Laws. Pro-Chancellor, on behalf of the Senate, I present these members of Pendle College who are worthy to receive first degrees of the university. For the degree of Bachelor of Science, Wadina Safia Binti Abid Majid. Mohammed Haris Ahmed. Abriel Alexander. Matthew George Allen. Katie Louise Allen. Yvonne Ameo Cole. Hannah Ashworth. Mohammed Abad Babar. Sarah Felicity Bayliss. Oliver Etienne Bennett. Dennis Belinsky. Taya Anna Blackburn. Charlie Christie Bloomfield. Millicent Anne Blossom Ward. Finn Nicholas Blythe. Fahima Bura. Annabelle Grace Boylan. Kayson Christopher Brady. Miles Alexander Brewis. Archie Joseph Briggs. Leonie Rose Brown. Samuel Jack Birkinshaw. Ismay Joy Callahan Tong. Agnes Chow. Barbara Kohia Ferreira. Lucy Martine Corrigan. Mustafa Dal. Owen James Dawes. Koisha Chamath Don Nakadalaj. Poppy Elizabeth Driscoll. Karim El Demidji. Evelyn Rose English. Isabel Grace Etheridge. Jordan Isles. Hannah Farrell. Grace Carol Faulkner. Aaron James Francis. Emily Louise George. Genevieve Alex Georgidis. Jamie Shichang Gunter. Xia Ji Gao. Naufal Hakim bin Hamled. Olivia Eve Helm. Ho-Ying Sheik Isaac. Lin Dua Hang. Luke Parker Jones. Jack Daniel Kelly. Joseph Robert Collitter. Matthew John Lamb. Joe Lawson. Amy Charlotte Liddell. Amy May Grace Longfellow. Aaron Lines. Nick Amza Sayama bin Mohammed Nazari. Giovanna Benetti Melgres. Habiba Mia. Nizamuddin bin Mohammed Alinor. Misha Aisha binti Mohammed Makhdari. Mohammed Adam bin Mohammed Nasir. Marta Mamotko. Farhan Mondal. Harvey Stephen Morgan. Joseph Mortimer. Kasper Christoph Nakanechki. Kieran Paul Newcomb. Chuck Wang Maurice Ng. Hoi Hei Ng. Morgan Nielsen Anderson. Amira Noor Barney. Anya Simone Pilling. Yolita Puchinskete. Elsa Parry Reid. Vanessa Rodriguez. Amari Roseman. Mohammed Irfan Fikri bin Sabri. Owen Robert Sage. Luke Michael Ian Scally. Pale Prakash Kumar Shah. Luka Skenderowski. Joshua James Skoropinski. Flora Mabel Rose Sprague. Della Lucy Squires. Sarajan Shrihankar. Ashmit Anish Thomas. Alex James Tizard. Aditya Tyagi. Luke Michael Waddington. Simeon Mark Waddington. Jessica Rose Walker. Imogen Jamie Warhurst. Connie Louise Warner. Joy Annette Watson. Thomas David Wheatley. Megan Mackenzie White. Elliot Walrand Whitham. Sophie Louise Williams. Emily Rose Woods. Maxim Yuneshkak. Mohammed Zulhanif bin Zarudin. For the degree of Bachelor of Laws, Dominic William Boardman. Oliver Charles Robert Bridge. Emanuela Castellucci. Ewan George Ralph Collar. Isabel Eve Drummond. Holly Jane Eyre. Max Garton. Hannah Asher Henry. Joseph Oliver Hicks. Molly May Hindley. Sophie Joy Hodson. Alexander Thomas Jones. Yanke Lau. Lok Chun Leung. Ellen Alice Georgina Pickett. Eve Kate Rouse. Charlotte Louise Stevenson. Hannah Elizabeth Turl. Joshua Michael Wheat. Please, may all Pendle College graduates who have completed the following degrees stand if they're able to do so. Bachelor of Science and Bachelor of Laws.
By my authority as Pro-Chancellor, I confer upon these members of Pendle College the degrees for which they have been presented. Many congratulations. I now declare closed this congregation of the University of Lancaster. I want to thank everyone for their participation today. For all of you who've come to celebrate the students, I want to say thank you for entrusting Lancaster University and our wonderful team with those who have graduated. To all of you, thank you for choosing us and being at Lancaster. I want to say a very warm thank you to our signer, who's done such great work this morning, to our musicians, and to all the team up here who have done so much. I want to say a special thank you to Jeff Barton, who has left us with an inspiring speech and a sense that you're all going to go away and make a dent in the universe. So we know we can trust you to do just that. So thank you all for playing your part this morning. I'm glad that Lancaster produced such a cool day for you, much as we always do, but you're all very welcome. Enjoy the rest of the day, and to all of you, again, congratulations and very well done, and think about when we'll next hear of you and where you'll be. So I declare closed this congregation of the University of Lancaster, and long may the university prosper. Thank you very much.